Across South Florida this year, almost no county raised its posted property tax rate. Some even cut it. Yet local governments collected record tax revenues, and homeowners saw their bills climb higher than ever before. That sounds impossible until you look closely at the physical property tax bill you get in the mail. It is a document driven by hidden mechanical levers. This animated chart illustrates a legal mechanism called the rolled back rate. Under Florida state law, if property values rise across a county, holding the tax rate flat is legally and mathematically treated as a tax increase. This data outlines exactly how that works in practice. Broward County, for example, officially cut its rate this year, a tiny trim, but because property values jumped, that new, lower rate actually sits more than 7% higher than the rolled back rate. The rate fell, but the county still collected more money. That inescapable mathematical squeeze happens year after year. It is the exact catalyst that forced the state legislature to draft the biggest property tax amendment in a generation. The state legislature passed the Save Our Homes Amendment on June 2nd, but lawmakers do not have the final say. It goes to the ballot this November, where it needs 60% voter approval to become law. The early headlines got the details wrong. The amendment on the ballot will not grant a $500,000 exemption. It will not eliminate property taxes, and it leaves the taxes that fund public schools entirely untouched. This table breaks down what actually passed. The exemption cap stops at $250,000. For a home valued near the South Florida median of $450,000, the owner saves roughly $2,600 a year by 2028. That wipes out nearly a third of their non-school tax bill. This second table outlines the math for a $5 million estate. Because the exemption is a flat dollar amount, not a percentage, the raw savings are exactly the same. But for the luxury estate, that $2,600 represents only 3% of the total bill. The amendment is a highly targeted piece of legislation, engineered specifically to protect the middle of the housing market from rising assessments. To understand the limits of that protection, you have to realize a property tax bill actually has two halves. This graphic shows the division. The left side, ad valorem, is tied to property value. The amendment shrinks only this section. The right side, non-ad valorem, contains flat fees for services. They ignore property value, and the amendment does not touch them. Before passing the final draft, lawmakers removed a trust fund designed to cushion local governments. If voters approve the measure, counties will instantly lose billions of dollars in ad valorem revenue. Local governments still have to balance their budgets and deliver services. The easiest way to recover the lost billions on the left side of the bill is to quietly raise the fees on the right. For buyers currently relocating to Florida from out of state, these mechanics create a very tight window for action. To immediately access the new, larger exemption tiers, a buyer must establish residency and legally claim their homestead before December 31st, 2026. Missing that date triggers a severe penalty. Anyone establishing residency on or after January 1st, 2027 falls under new rules and faces a mandatory 5-year waiting period before the expanded tax relief kicks in. Of course, all of this depends on the immediate hurdle, the voters. The measure requires a 60% supermajority at the ballot box this November, but securing that 60% only locks in half the bill. To actually realize those thousands of dollars in savings, homeowners will have to monitor the untelevised local budget hearings, the quiet rooms where the non-ad valorem fees are decided and where the real math happens.